meant to be played with. You got to know when you got you a real one. And when you got you a real one, appreciate it. Because there's a lot of women out there that manipulate you to get what they want up out of you. But when you got a good one that want to see you succeed, want to be your peace, want to laugh at your jokes, want to make sure you got everything you need to keep you happy, that's a real one. Because they going to love you correctly. Only if you lead correctly, though. You got a lot of loyal women out there. And when they loyal, you know they're going to know you like a child, worry about you like a mom, argue with you like a sister, but be there for you like a best friend. And, hey, that's very pleasing. So at the end of the day, if you got you a real one, appreciate it, because it ain't a lot. I appreciate everybody that got this far on my message. I hope y'all all have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Oh,
A real one. That's a tough thing. Like he says, there's not a lot of real ones like out there these days. But I would beg to differ. I think there are a lot of good women out there today that want to love a man appropriately, correctly, be there for him. But we living in this new era that makes it kind of hard to do that. Things are changing. The way we see relationships are different now, and so how does a man find a real one? How does he know when he has a real one? What does a real one look like? And if you get her and she appears to be all those things, are you truly getting the right person? Are they just showing you their representative? Will they remain the same? I hear people say all the time, you start out loving a person, but does the love sustain the relationship? Do they stay in love with you? So you can get you a real one in the end, in the beginning, but does she stay real throughout the relationship and to the end? What happens to the real one when times get hard, when things get tough? Everybody can be in a relationship when it's good and it's going the right way. But who can do longevity when the relationship is going the wrong way? And are we going to be so easy to point the finger and say, you did this, you caused this? Is her arguments legitimate? Like he said, she gonna argue with you sometimes, but it's out of love. But is it nagging, or is it a legitimate argument about something that needed to be brought up? So yeah, are there some real ones out there? Yes, I do believe there are, but it's far and few, and it's kind of sometimes hard for a man to cipher through all this to find out who the real ones are.
it's not for and few. It's a lot.
Hmm.
It's a lot of real women out there, just like it's a lot of real men out there. It's no, no. That's the problem. What we have today. It's too many real people getting real women getting with unreal men, and unreal men getting with unreal women. I mean, real men getting with unreal women. It's that we are not matching appropriately. We're not matching appropriately, and you know, it's still a lot of fuckery out here with guys, just like it is with women. It is, and some people never grow out of that shit, and they still linger amongst us. And I'll just use men as an example. I mean, there's some guys out here that they're very irresponsible. Uh, they lack discipline, which means when they do get in a relationship, well, let's do it like this. Let's go in order. They lack responsibility. They don't have their own shit. They find different females that is hung up on them. They move in with them, claim they the head of the household, try to act like they the head of the household, and get mad when after a while she don't treat him like he's the head of the household because he don't have his own shit and he don't have his own shit together. He don't have his own shit together. So that's irresponsibility. He gets with the woman. Not only do he not have his own place on card, he has kids, and he don't really take care of those. And she has kids, or maybe she don't, but he don't take care of the ones he have. And if she do have kids, then he tries to be head of the household, head of her and her kids, and he don't even take care of his own kids. That's fuckery. That's what that is. And that's what you call being irresponsible. Then you have undisciplined men, which they can have their stuff together. They can have their own place, take care of, just living like a regular old average guy with his own stuff. But he can't stay with one woman. He can't stay with one woman. And it's okay if you don't want to be with one woman. That's fine. I'm not finna tell nobody that you gotta be with one woman, because some dudes ain't gonna be with just one woman. That's how it is. But they don't lie their way in and out of relationship. And a lot of these dudes, they don't have no discipline. They lie into a relationship, and then that's where the bullshit starts. That's when you end up in court with two women pregnant at the same time, and they fighting amongst each other, and then you caught up in the middle of that. That's called no discipline right there. A lot of dudes think that shit is attractive, but that's no discipline. So that's why you have relationships. That's the way they are. But there are some guys, just like there are some women that, hey, I got my stuff together. I'm planning to meet a woman, and when I meet her, this is what I have to offer, and she's gonna see this is what I have to offer. On the flip side, a woman say, well, I'm waiting on this guy, and when he comes, this is what I have to offer. All the things that we say, regurgitate on all these different shows about what a woman is supposed to be, feminine and all that, and she's working on that. She's working her ass off to be that. Now, she may have not been that in the past, but she's working her ass off. She's learned the lessons, and she's waiting on a guy to be that way. But some of these women out here faking the funk. They're not like that. They don't want to change. They just want to do things the way they want to do them and the way they see them, and they think that they're going to get a guy that's going to be what they're looking for, and they're going to be a real guy. Yeah. You are an unreal woman, and you're going to end up with a real guy, and that shit ain't going to work. The same, and if you flip flop it around the other way, that's how it's gonna go. You're gonna have an unreal man with an unreal woman, and that shit ain't gonna work at all.
Well, it's just a matter of back going to the old school. You have to be equally yoked. A man has to know what he wants, and he has to be seeking to find the right woman. And when you have done the work on yourself and prepared yourself to find a mate or find a wife, then you are walking in your energy to go and look for what you need, and that way you can pretty much choose the right kind of woman because you've done your homework. You've now settled down and decided that you're going to do the right thing, that you're not going to put anything before her, or you're ready to walk in your masculinity, so you will be more prepared with the blinders off to find the kind of woman. You've mastered temptation, you're disciplined. You've done your homework, you prepared yourself, so now you're ready to go and seek that woman. And in the meantime, it's the woman's job to be preparing herself to receive you if that's what she wants. She's finished her career, she's established herself, and she's now finding the type of man that she needs.
See, the fight is going. To be honest with you, the fight is with you. The fight is with you, and it's the fact that you can have a good woman, or vice versa. Let's just stay with let's just stay, since he's talking about men, let's just stay with the men. You can have a good woman, and she could be a real woman according to him, according to us, our standards, or whatever the standards is. You can, but if you know in your mind that she is a great woman to you, but the thing, you can't, what's the word I'm looking for? You can't fight. You can't find a way to move past the fact that there's something about her that's keeping you away from her. That's not that won't allow the attraction to go to the level that you want it to go to, whether it's her beauty, whether you think you can find somebody better, whether you think that there may be another option out there that will equal or be, like I say, a little bit better than she is. That's the real fight. That's the real fight. It's the fight within you, because women meet good dudes all the time. Dudes meet good women all the time. But a lot of times, we have to go through so many different things to look back and say, you know what, man, damn, I should have kept that old broke down ass car I had before, because at least the motor was good in that thing, and I got back and forth to work. But this one, it looked good, and I thought it would be better, but I don't know, man. I don't know why I bought this thing, man. I don't know why I bought it, but I bought it.
Yeah, but
And
just
that's the
because
biggest
something,
fight. Go ahead.
just because something looks good to you and you think that's the choice, sometimes it's not the right choice for you. It doesn't mean that they're not a good person or a good one. They may not be your good. They may be good for someone else. A lot of times we see relationships where there's two good people and you expect that relationship to work. People will try, in the old days how they used to put you together and try to play matchmaking. And they'll put these people together and everybody think by all means this is supposed to be a perfect relationship because both of these people are good people. Just doesn't mean yes, are they good people? But they may not be good for each other. And
So
that's the
so
problem.
so the question is the key word. How do you know? That's the key
Well,
word. Okay, you
you
got a
gotta
good person.
try.
You got a good. Oh, so you got so you got a trial by fire. That's what you saying.
Well, nobody knows without a doubt that it's your person. We all have methods. Some people say you pray and you ask God for your person. Some people say I'll just know based on my intuition and my feelings. But none of us know without certainty who's that right person for us. For women, it's usually more emotional and we act on feelings. For men, it's more social. He's going to look at your background. He's going to look at what you've done. What kind of person are you? Are you a good humanitarian? What kind of mother are you? Are you clean? So there's certain qualities that a man will look for to say, hey, this could be my person if you pass that era of being just straight superficial. Because some men miss it by being so superficial based on beauty alone. So if you've gotten past that, you're going to look for something more in depth. For women, it's more like a feeling. Yes, is physical attraction there, but sometimes it's just the way that man makes her feel. If she's safe with that man, if he brings her comfort, if he treats her a certain way, if she feels like she can share herself, if she can be her true inner self with him, then she will trust that man and let that guard down. And so sometimes people think those things make a great relationship only to get in it and find that those other things make them not so great together, like the family background, how that person was raised, the amount of kids they have, the interference from the outside, the baby mamas, the jobs, the financial part. So just because two people find all those other attractions and it brings them together, there are also other obstacles that may make them not right for each other. That's what
So
I'm saying.
so how do you not know? So we can determine, or we can determine who's not good for us. So is that the only thing that you say you won't know until you try? But
Well, it,
go
it's
ahead.
it's it goes back to standing on your principles and your commitment and being responsible, because sometimes we have to understand that life is up and down and there's going to be life is going to life. So it's you don't always give up because of the other obstacles. They will come, but you have to stand on all the things that brought you to that person. So that's where it becomes being grounded and your morals and your values, and saying, hey, I may have to sacrifice some of these things, but these things outweigh the others. So that's when you get yourself in a situation where the good things and the good qualities about this person outweighs the bad things that you need to work on. And so then you stand on that commitment. The problem is most of us don't want to stand on the commitment of a relationship. We think it's easy, and that's not something easy to do. When the good ain't good and life start lifing, can you stand on that commitment? Can you stand on those vows?
No, you're right. A lot of people can't stand on nothing. Anytime anything in their life they've ever gotten hard, they quit.
Of
They quit.
course.
It's some people that are quitters. It's just that's all. It don't matter. They're gonna quit. They would rather just try to start all over and try to find something new than keep pushing forward. Anything. And that's another thing, women fail to realize, and men. You got to recognize a quitter. You got to be able to recognize a quitter and be able to distinguish between a fighter and somebody that's going to push forward in most things. And it doesn't have to be in a relationship. It could be on a job. It could be with learning different things. It could be with different tasks. Those little things. And we tend not to look at that as far as relationships are concerned. Because if you grow up in life quitting, that's all you gonna do is quit. When things get hard, you gonna quit. You gonna look for the first exit. That's
Of
just all it
course.
is to it. And
But you know,
see,
some people like the newness, the new feel. You know, the
yeah,
new car, the new house, the new man, the new woman. They want that feeling over and over again. They chase the junkie of the newness, the feeling, the initial attraction.